Hi guys, Mao Cat here, and today we'll be doing a video on how do I make a more positive change in my outlook in life. So I do think that some of us actually have admittedly been very stressed lately, and I feel it too. So it's kind of like I just wanted to do a reading on like how to maybe improve on like our current outlook on life, because even if the circumstances in our life and we are unable to like change it, I do believe we can like change our feelings towards those circumstances in life and come out on top. So like I have 5 piles here. So I have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. So just take some time to meditate on your pile and think about which one of these nail polishes you're most drawn to. Yeah, so just take a minute and I will see you at your next pile. Hi, pile number 1. So I have your reading here for you in terms of like how can I be more optimistic in my life. So we have the Page of Wands upright, we have the Strength card in reverse, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we have the Four of Cups upright, and we also have the Knight of Cups upright. So I actually drew this cards with like the intention of seeing what is it, not like what is the current situation in your life right now that's like making you feel like a certain way, like upset. So like I do see that there is an eagerness to kind of like achieve your goals with the Page of Wands here, and it does seem like even though you have a lot of ambition in your life right now, it does seem like you might yourself feel a bit limited in terms of like your ability or like your opportunities in life, because I see the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, which is something like a limitation or like a repeating of a cycle. So it does seem like you might be feeling a bit trapped right now in terms of like what's going on in your life, because the Wheel of Fortune as well is kind of like a need to like reflect and like try and think about a way to harness that energy that you're using to like reflect, to like do other things in life. So it does seem like this is kind of what is going on right now. And it also does seem like we have the Strength card in reverse here. The Strength card in reverse kind of tells me like maybe there might be a drive to achieve things in life, but at the same time I do think that sometimes you might chicken out when like push comes to shove. Like there might be a tendency for you to like not go all the way through with like what you want in life. And I do think that based on these 3 cards here, it does seem like it's more of a mindset kind of thing, whereby you feel kind of trapped by your circumstances, but at the same time you want to do more and like better for yourself. And that is kind of like the general message I'm getting from these 3 cards here. And we also have the Knight of Cups here, so it does seem like there is a desire for you to like change the situation or change like how you're feeling right now, because the Knight of Cups is someone that is optimistic and like someone that is intuitive and also like emotionally available, like someone who is more assured in life. And it also does seem like you are thinking about trying to balance out your needs in life, because the Four of Cups is here, which is like a card that usually comes out when you feel emotionally unstable and like there is a more of a priority that you're trying to like achieve for yourself to like, you know, be in a better headspace. So like this is kind of what I see in terms of like the tarot right now. So I do want to like try and see whether I can draw any advice cards for you. So I have the Salmon advice card here, so let me just do a quick shuffle of it. Okay, so I draw 3 cards from it. Okay, I think I got a sense to draw another card. Okay, so in case you guys can't see these cards, like this is here's the thing. Also have the card Stay Where You Belong. You also have Seeds Falling. And we also have home is where you are. So it does seem like maybe in order for you to achieve a more positive outlook on your life, there is a need for you to like kind of go back into your inner peace and like your inner self. So it's kind of like there's a need for you to retreat back into yourself to like reflect on like your situation, because home is where you are. So it's like it does seem like there might be a bit of instability in your life right now, or you feel like you're not in a stable place for you to like work on your goals. So there is a need for you to like try and meditate more and like try and ground yourself a bit more in terms of like being in a better headspace so that you don't feel so anxious about your current situation. And we also have seeds falling and stay where you belong. So it does seem like, for some reason, it does seem like it's a bit of a grounding. You might need to like ground yourself a bit more, because like seeds falling is like trying to like do the first step. So it's kind of like it doesn't really matter in terms of like what you do, because like I think there's a saying, it's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So it's kind of like there needs to be, you need to be not exactly a bit more confident in yourself, but it's more of like you should try and like do what you set out to do in a way. Because it does seem like, based on the strength card in reverse here, it does seem like you are not wanting to take the first step forward. And I think like this card here, seeds falling, is kind of an indication for you to actually take the first step forward, and for you to like, you know, put the effort into like what you want to achieve in life. And I do think that by exposing yourself a bit more and being more adventurous with like the choices you make in life, I do think that you'll be able to be more positive in terms of your outlook. Because like it's not like it's like you find the joy in like being adventurous and like being in a place where you're able to experiment and express yourself. And I do think that putting yourself in more newer situations would like help you get out of this like negative mindset that you have. We also have stay where you belong. So like this card kind of like brings me to like the home is where you are card, where like it seems like you need to like find a place within yourself to like calm down. Because like I do think that like negative thought patterns kind of tends to happen a lot because of the fact that you don't really it kind of happens more because like you are not really trying to or like you don't have like a stable environment for you to like calm down and focus. So it does seem like you might need to like achieve this like inner peace within yourself in order to like be able to find a place in your life. Yeah. And also we have the card Here's the Thing. So here's the thing is like whenever I see this card in my spread, it's kind of something that relates to chasing a goal, because you can see here's the thing here is like they are focusing their attention on one thing. So it's like I do think that even though there's a lot of things that you want to achieve in life right now, it's like always take baby steps, you know, like just plant the seeds for your growth. And also like here's the thing is also something like try and focus on one goal and not like divert your attention to many different goals. It's like, you know, baby steps, one step at a time. And I think that you'll be able to find that you'll be able to make more progress by like sitting down and like planning out like what it is that you really want to do. Like, you know, like for example, if I have a project or something and like I want to be able to at least complete the first page. So it's kind of like at least I get to write my report first, and then I can do the other stuff later in a way. It's like just find a way to prioritize your work, and I do think that you will feel like things are progressing much better in terms of like your life, because you have like different goals that you can achieve, and it's like, you know, completing or like taking like one goal out of your to-do list is like it just makes it much easier for you to like feel a sense of satisfaction in your life. Yeah. So that is kind of like what I get in terms of your spread here. So yeah, I think I wish you guys the best, and I hope this also gives you a bit more clarity in terms of how to be a bit more positive in your outlook in life. Yeah, so thank you so much guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. And also I do private readings, so if you would like a private reading with me, you can always like click on the link in the description. Yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Part number 2, so I have your spread here for you today. So in terms of the question I asked, the cards here today is kind of like, what is causing pile number 2 to feel upset right now? So these are the cards that I got. I got the 7 of Swords. I've got the King of Swords as well. I've got the 3 of Swords upright. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And we also have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So it does seem like there has been some loss because the 3 of Swords is upright, which is a sign of like loss or like a sign of like grief. So it does seem like you might have lost something, and it might have been something of a higher standing position, or like something where you might have felt a bit more structure in like your life, because like we have the 7 of Swords here, which is kind of like you have the what it takes to like succeed in life. And we also have the King of Swords here, which is like someone that's very communicative, someone that's able to like have authority, and someone who's able to lead people. And it does seem like the situation in your life may have changed. So it could have been like a loss of a job, or it could have been like a certain like dynamic in like your life has changed, and it has become a point where like because this thing that happened was a very significant aspect of you, and you felt like you lost a part of yourself. And I think that could be the reason why you are feeling more distressed right now. Like that is the kind of like message I'm getting based on these cards. And we also have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which kind of tells me this might be the case, because the 9 of Pentacles in reverse means that you're focusing too much on the material stuff in your life. So it's kind of like, that is why I think you are feeling a bit more distraught over your situation, because of the fact that that thing, or maybe that position that you had, you put a lot of emphasis on it and you're really proud of it, because of like maybe it took a long time for you to like get to that point in your life, and like for it to be like lost suddenly, it kind of like affected your self-confidence a lot, and it led to you feeling a bit more negative in terms of your outlook in life. And it also seemed to have caused a lot of indecision as well, because at this stage it's kind of like, as you're trying to recover from this loss that has happened, it seems like you might be thinking about what is your next step. And I think you're a bit indecisive in terms of what your next step would be, because you're still feeling a lot of grief and distraught based on like this 3 of Swords right card right here. So that is kind of what I see in terms of the spread here. So I don't think that you should judge yourself entirely based on what has happened in the situation, because like, you know, you should never you should never use, or you should never compare yourself to like a situation. It's like, you know, for example, this person has like a higher score than me, so they are better than me. Yeah, you should never use that as an example to like gauge yourself and your abilities to other people, because everyone is unique and everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. So do not try to like use that as a way to like compare yourself, because that is like really mentally exhausting, honestly. So let me just try and get some advice cards here. So let me see, what advice can you get right now? The rabbit. Okay, so these are some animal cards that I drew from like I forgot what my deck was called. Let me just check. The Zen of Animals deck. I really like this. This was like the first oracle deck I ever bought. So this kind of tells me that there's definitely room for transformation and growth here. So it's like, don't take this as like, oh, it's a one and done situation, like this is it, it's only downhill from here. No, don't ever think about that. Is definitely there is a way for you to transform your situation to actually benefit you instead. So it's like, you know, take the time to like grieve over what has happened. It's like, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of like, you know, there's always a restart and a rebirth, and that is what the salamander card represents to me. And we also have B. So you are, this card kind of tells me that you should probably, like in terms of emotional support, like you're never alone. Like the B card is like someone that's like sweet and sociable, and I do think that that is an aspect of you that like people kind of admire as well. So it's kind of like you shouldn't take this all on yourself. Like, you know, it's not one bee that like manages the hive. It's like millions of other bees that like help to like maintain the hive, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, you can always count on people who are like close to you, like loved ones, for like support in your situation. So like don't feel like you have to take on the world on your own. It's like there are people to help you. And we also have the rabbit card. So the rabbit card is a card of like let me just think about this. So the rabbit card is kind of like a card that I associate with docileness, and like something that I associate with like sensitivity in terms of like your surroundings. So based on this card, I do feel like I think you can probably use what is going on around you to your advantage, because the rabbit card is someone that is like aware of the situation around them. So I do think that maybe at this point, because you are a bit overwhelmed with your emotions, it might be hard for you to like, you know, take a step back and observe your surroundings. But this rabbit card here kind of tells me like you have the ability to kind of like actually take a step back and observe your surroundings. So it's kind of like, you know, you can probably take a step back, assess your situation, and then also like use that opportunity to kind of like turn your situation around, which leads us back to this salamander card here. And I think the last card we have here is the stag. So the stag, it reminds me of a spiritual card, because like there's a shaman over here in this stag card. So it kind of reminds me of like, you know, your spiritual self is never lost in this situation. Like don't lose sight of yourself in this situation, in a sense, because this spiritual card is like someone that is in tune with the universe. And like I do think that like even though you have experienced a loss, it's like it's not good to like disconnect yourself from people and like disconnect yourself from like the universe in a way. Just like know that there's like support around you, and that there's like love around you. So it's like, you know, don't push that away from like yourself when you're like dealing with distress. It's like it's always good to like kind of express yourself, and like also just know that you are still you, you know. It's like you've never lost a part of yourself because of what has happened. It's like there is a way for you, like your soul is still there, you know, and there's always a way for you to bounce back up. So it's like, I think as long as you keep that in mind, and as long as you know, be more open to people and like be more open to love, I think that will definitely change your outlook in life. Yeah. So that is kind of the reading that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And also, if you want a private booking with me, I have the link in the description for you to book a reading with me. Yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Number 3. So for today, I have this spread for you. And in terms of this spread right here, I set the intention to kind of like examine what is it currently in your life that's making you unhappy right now. So I have the King of Swords up right here, the Two of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Swords in reverse, and we have the Star in reverse. So let me just actually take a look at your spread here. So it does seem like the King of Swords is like a communication card, so it kind of represents someone that knows how to like communicate and knows how to like order people around in a way where it's like they are able to like tell people their wants and needs in a very good way. And we have the Two of Cups up right here, which is like a connection card. So it's like a kind of a card that like, you know, it's like it's a good card to have when like you want to like build connections with people, or like, you know, it just shows if it's like a vibe check, it's like, you know the other person or the other party is someone that you can vibe well with. And we have the Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Swords here is a forward moving card, so it's kind of like a one to like tell people something, I want to send a message to someone. And we have the Page of Swords in reverse here, which is a card that is about someone that yaps a lot. I guess that's like the only word I can think of. It's like someone that likes to yap a lot, and like it kind of is to the point of like being excessive, and like people get a bit annoyed by it. And we also have the Star in reverse, and the Star in reverse is kind of like a card that indicates people who are not feeling very supported in their life right now, and someone who is, because of maybe the feelings that they have, they kind of are disconnected from like themselves in a way. So based on these cards, I do get a sense that there is a want for like connection from people, and I do think that it is because there is a want to like be in a connection with someone that understands you and also is someone that is honest towards you in a way. Because it does seem like I get a sense that maybe you don't really feel like understood in life. And it does seem like because you don't feel understood by the people around you, there is a want to like find someone that does. Because the Two of Cups here is about collaboration or like partnership or like being able to like mesh well with people. And I do think that this may be like this sense of wanting to find people that you can vibe with might be why you're like a bit more negative in terms of your outlook, because you might be thinking that you might not have found that person yet, or like you might not have found those people yet. Yeah, so it does seem like maybe you might feel like the people around you might not be understanding how you're feeling, or maybe there's like a miscommunication and like you feel like they don't seem to like talk to you properly in a way. It's kind of like, you know, there's a disconnect. Yeah, there's like a disconnect. It's like, for example, like you tell them about your day and then like maybe they just quickly change the subject, and it's just like, but I just told you about like something that worried me, and like, why are you brushing it off, kind of thing. Like that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. Yeah, so that seems to be the issue here, is that you might feel misunderstood, and you're like thinking, oh, when is it, am I gonna find the right person, or like the right friend, or like the right partner in life that will be able to understand me for who I am and is able to like get me, you know. It's like, you know, be able to get me, understand me, and like, you know, when we talk, it's like magnetic kind of thing. Yeah, so that's kind of what I get from this pile here. So let me just pull some advice cards. So I have the Salmon advice deck here. So let me just like shuffle it up a bit. Okay, one more card. Sounds. I mean, if it, okay, to me, like this is kind of like a confirmation in terms of like a need to like want to build connections with people, because we have like 3 cards here which kind of alludes to the fact that you want to have someone that will understand you in a way. Because you have shared the bonfire here, which is kind of like a card where it's like, oh, we are able to like do things that are like common, or like we are able to share joy with each other. And we have here we are as well, which is like a card where it's like, oh, I have companions here, like we vibe well together, and like we have like these guys, and like these guys is just like finding people who are like my people, you know, my tribe of people. And we also have smile inside card here, so it's like in terms of whether you will be able to find these like-minded or like people that you can gel well with, it seems like this is something that you'll be able to find in the future, because we have here we are. So it's like maybe you might have already met them, or maybe they are going to come into your life soon. Like that's the kind of message I get when I see like the here we are card. It's kind of like they're already around your energy in a way. So like I think maybe that's why you also feel a bit sad, because like they are around your energy, but like you can't like physically see or feel them yet, which is like quite, I understand, yeah. And like we also have like these guys here, and like these guys just represents to me like, oh, these are like my people, these are the people I can vibe well with. And like you can see like all these like tribe of people. It's like you can think of it as like people who are maybe like soulmates, maybe the word that I'm trying to use here, but like maybe it's not on a romantic sense, it's like a platonic sense. It's just people that you like on a soul level, you like resonate with them, yeah. And we also have small inside as well. So it's like even though like you might want to find connections outside of yourself with people, it's also good to like make sure that you are able to connect with who you are as a person as well. Because small inside is like, you know, you don't need to like put your happiness and base it off on like other people. Because it's like, yeah, it's good that you can find friends that you can like be around, or like find a lover that like you can be around and be yourself and be happy with. But it's also something that you need to learn is like you have to be happy with yourself as well. Like self-love is like basically what this card represents to me here. It's like you have to be able to be happy in your own time as well. It's like, I wouldn't say like happiness in your in like the loneliness you feel, but it's kind of like, it's just like, you know, a connection with the universe, I guess, might be what might also help you with this negative outlook that you find yourself in. Because the star in reverse, if I remember just now, I mentioned it was like a disconnect from your mind and like your intuition. And like intuition is something that comes from like the universe, it like comes from God. So like remembering that you are a child of like God, like that's the way that I would say it. I guess maybe like for some people it might be like, you know, you are always connected to source, you know. So yeah, just being able to feel that connection within yourself, like just being able to like affirm like your connection to source, or like your connection to God, or like spirit, or whatever you want to call it. It will help you in terms of like being more at peace with yourself, and being more at peace with the times where you are like alone in a way. Because like you're never really alone, you know. It's like I mean, we are energetic beings, honestly. So it's kind of like you're never really like alone. Like the physical is one thing, but it's like, you know, on another level, like we are all connected as people. So I think that is what I have for you guys today, pile number 3. So if you like this reading, you can like leave me a like and comment, or even like if you can subscribe to my channel, because that will help my channel grow a lot more. And as well, I do private readings, so if you want like a private reading with me, you can like click on the link in the description box and book a reading with me. Yeah, so thank you so much, pile number 3, and I'll see you guys next time. Hi, pile number 4. So I have the reading here for you today. So I actually drew these cards with the intention of how how do I say this? With the intention of examining what your current situation is that's causing you to feel upset. So it is quite an interesting spread that I have here. So I have the 10 of Cups in reverse. I have the 9 of Wands upright. I have the 3 of Swords upright. I have the 2 of Swords upright. And I have the Tower upright. So yeah, this is the kind of spread that I have for you guys. And I will say that it does seem like this heartbreak situation that you might have experienced, be it maybe it's like a loss of a job, or like, you know, it could also be like you maybe had like a breakup with like a lover, or like just like there was something that happened that was really, that was just it just represents to me like a great loss. Because you have the Tower up right here, which is like the collapsing of like a foundation. So like this kind of card, like when it represents like a relationship, it's like a breakup. And like maybe in a financial situation, it could be like, oh, like something happened and like I lost a ton of money. Or like in a career situation, it could be like the loss of a job. And like, yeah, I'm sorry that this has happened to you guys. And it does seem like the 10 of Wands in, oh no, the 10 of Cups in reverse as well kind of indicates to me like there was it is like an unhappiness in life, and like a huge imbalance had occurred. So it does seem to me like it was a really major thing that had happened in your life, and I think you're still trying to go through the motions of processing the emotions, and also processing like your grief for like the loss that you have experienced. So yeah, this is kind of what I see here. I also have the 9 of Wands here, which is like a card of contemplation. So it's kind of like you can see the guy, he's like looking back at the sticks behind him, and he's like just trying to contemplate on what has happened in the past. So I do see that the healing process seems to have started already, because there is contemplation and there's a reflection in terms of like what you did in the past, and maybe what other people have done to you in the past. And I do think that that's a good thing, because that's like a huge step in terms of like the healing process. We also have the 2 of Swords up right here. So the 2 of Swords usually represents to me like a crossroads. So it does seem like, because the woman is blindfolded, it does seem like you're still kind of having a moment to yourself to kind of look within and like think about what it is they want to do from here. So I do see that there is a turning point coming for you as you work through the feelings that you're experiencing right now. So this is something that you can probably look forward to. And yeah, let me just try and grab some cards here. So this is my Salmon advice deck, and so let me just get some advice cards from you. Just get one more. Okay, in case, because these are like one of my tinier cards that I have, let me just show it to you guys here. So we have Hold On, we have Try to Fly, we have Good Joke, we have Look in the Mirror, and we have Here We Are. Okay, so I do think that in terms of advice on how to have a more positive outlook in your life, it is kind of like, you know, not really sharing the pain with others, but like being able to confide your feelings into other people seems to be a good route to take. Because you have the card Here We Are, which is like a card of like companionship. It's like they're saying that they are here to support you if you need support. So you don't have to think that the pain that you're experiencing would inconvenience them, because like that is why we as humans like have connections with people, is because we are able to like stick together and actually go through phases of hardships together, because we are that social as humans. So this is what the card represents to me. You also have the card look in the mirror. So I do think that you're already in the process of kind of examining what had happened in your life that caused a huge like heartbreak, and you are already in the process of like reflecting on it. So I do think this card is just an indication to like just keep doing that. Yeah. And we also have the card good joke. So it's like, you know, being able to use humor as a way to like process your emotions is like I don't know, I find that is a very effective thing for me. It's like being able to find like the hilarity in a situation, because like humor is like a good coping mechanism in terms of like what people experience and face. And yeah, I do think that I use that as a coping mechanism. So like I get why the cards are saying that as well. So that seems to be something. And also like maybe just doing things that make you happy as well. Like that could be what the card is indicating. It's just like doing hobbies or like finding things that like would make you like feel a bit less depressed. Yeah, that will be something that will help you a lot. And we also, when I think about the good joke card as well, I do think about like stand-up comedy. So I don't know whether you guys like to watch funny movies or like, you know, watch people do stand-up shows. I do think that maybe looking into those would help you in terms of like lightening the mood in yourself. Yeah. And we also have the card hold on. So it does seem like, you know, this situation isn't gonna be a forever thing. It's like definitely like working through and like trying to improve on ourselves. Definitely like you'll find that your situation will change for the better, as long as like you keep as long as you don't like stay stagnant in the situation, and like you just try to like improve on yourself and like try to overcome like the heartache that you're experiencing. I do think that you'll be able to see that the situation will be able to improve, and you'll be able to like, you know, think of like bigger dreams in a way, or like think of like being in a better position, I guess, because like this isn't like the end of the world in a way. Like life is always about ups and downs, and like even though you might be experiencing the down of the situation right now, it's like the good thing is it will come to pass and you'll always be able to build back up from there. Because the Tower card, even though people don't really like when it shows up, like because, you know, it's really just like the destruction of like the foundations that you have like set up over like the years or like the months. The Tower card is a card that allows you to like build back up again, so it's never a good or a bad thing. Yeah. And we also have the Try to Fly card. So the Try to Fly card kind of tells me like there is like maybe being able to like be more adventurous or like trying new things would help to like make you have a bit more of a positive outlook on life. And like as well, the Try to Fly card kind of tells me of like a phrase. Like there's a phrase in my head right now, and like when I see the Try to Fly card, it tells me like big dreams. It's kind of like, you know, it's okay to have dreams for yourself and like have ambition. It's like, you know, you should never like take an experience that happened. Of course, like it might be more cautious, but it's like it's never a bad thing to like dream big, you know, because dreaming big means you have big ambitions, and like you should never really like lose that part of yourself, because like I do think that as long as you have the ambition and you work towards it, like that will help you like achieve your dream in the long term. So it's like Try to Fly, it kind of reminds me of like the phrase dream big. And yeah, so this is the spread that I have for you guys today, pile number 4. So if you like this reading, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And also I do private readings, so if you like a private reading with me, you can always click on the link in the description to book it. Yeah, so this is what I have. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you next time. Hi, pile number 5. So I have the reading here for you today. So actually I drew the cards here with the intention of trying to take a look at your current situation in life right now. So in terms of like what is making you feel like a bit more negative in terms of your outlook on life. So we have the Tower in reverse, we have the Queen of Swords upright, we have the Page of Wands in reverse, we have the Three of Cups upright, and we have the Moon in reverse. So it does seem like maybe it's more of like a relationship kind of thing. To me, like it could be platonic or like a normal like friendship or like maybe a romantic thing. But it does seem like there seems to have been not really a falling out, but there seems to have been like something that has happened that kind of rocked the relationship that you had with like your friend or your partner a bit, because the Tower is here, which is kind of like something has happened, but it does seem like you guys have survived it in a way. So it's kind of like it did something to your relationship, but it seems like there is an opportunity here to kind of like mend what has happened. And in terms of the reasoning behind maybe why this kind of like not a falling out but like a break that has happened in your relationship or friendship, it could be because like there wasn't a lot of like open communication, because you have the Moon here in reverse, and the Moon here in reverse kind of means like deceit and lies, and it could also represent like fears. And I do think that maybe that has played a part in terms of like why like there was a break in that relationship or like friendship that you had. And we also have the Three of Cups here upright. So there is a desire to kind of like go back to like the what you guys had originally in terms of like the friendship or relationship. The Three of Cups upright is kind of like a card that focuses on like collaboration. So it does seem like there is a want to like collaborate and a want to like, you know, be with this person or like these people in your life. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse here, and the Page of Wands in reverse is kind of like someone that is like reckless, boisterous, and like loud, I would say. So it's like it does seem like maybe there was a misunderstanding of some sort that has happened, because it does seem like maybe they portray themselves in one way, but like it does seem like maybe they had a different message that they wanted to get across to you guys. And I do see that with like the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is like someone that knows how to communicate, someone that knows how to like get her thoughts across. And it does seem like maybe there was a misunderstanding, or maybe like it could have been like a misunderstanding and like just people didn't really like know how to react to it, and it kind of like led to this awkward situation that happened. And I do think that maybe that's why you might feel a bit more upset with the situation, because you might be thinking like, oh, is the relationship or friendship that I have with these people, can it be mended, and like can we just go back to how it was? So that's kind of like what I can see from the card spread around here. So in terms of advice for this situation, I do have the Salmon advice card here. So let me just quickly draw some cards for you. Okay, so we have this card here. Here we are. The card Share the Bonfire. We have the card Stay Where You Belong. And we have the card Smart as a Salmon. Okay, So it does seem like the person that you have on your mind, or like the people that you have on your mind, it does seem like they share the same sentiment as you in terms of like trying to go back to how things were. Because we have the card Here We Are and Share the Bonfire, so that card usually kind of tells me like it's you guys have like the same sentiment. Like these are like my friendship cards in a way, so it's kind of like, you know, people or like and it represents like like-mindedness as well. So it's kind of like, it just tells me like they also kind of have the same feelings as you, as it does seem like they do want to like try and repair what has happened in the past. Yeah. We also have the card Stay Where You Belong. So this card kind of tells me maybe like just do what is right for you in a way. So it does seem like you really do care about these people a lot, and I do think that just being able to like open up your heart in order to like kind of take on the situation, I do think that will help you a lot in terms of like having a more positive mindset. Because for me, I also see like smart as a salmon. So this card to me is like a card that I associate with like intuition. Because like smart as a salmon is like someone that like knows what to do and knows where to go. So it's kind of like, to me, it tells me like you know what to do in terms of this situation, and I just think that maybe you just need a little bit of support in terms of like doing it. So it's I think you keep in mind like the love that you have for the people around you, and I do think that you will be able to find the strength to do what has to be done in order to like fix the situation that you find yourself in. The Stay Where You Belong card as well is a card that seems to have appeared before as well, and like in the previous piles, I mean. But it's like the Stay Where You Belong card is kind of like telling me like, for example, if you think that, oh, is the relationship or like the friendship over, I do think that the answer to this question is like no, and that you can always like repair what has been done. So it's like, if it's a yes or no question, like for example, should I stay or should I go, you know, those type of questions that you like see on other pick a card readings. If I see this card here, I would say you should stay. Yeah, because stay where you belong. So yeah, I do think that this isn't the end of the world. I think I've repeated that in other piles, but like, yeah, this situation isn't the end of the world. Like, there's always a new chapter in a way, and like I do think that you can renew what has happened in a way. So it's like you can have a fresh start in terms of like trying to go back to how things were. And I do think that in order to do that, you just need to have a bit more of positive communication, because of the Queen of Swords here. It's just like, you know, just communicate your feelings out to people, and just remember that like, you know, people do have like love for you. And I do think that if you do try to like, you know, go towards them with like a gesture of like, you know, burying the hatchet, I do think that they would be quite receptive to that. Yeah, so I do think that if you think of it in that manner, I think you'll be more positive in your life, because like you feel a bit more assured that like there are people around you that love you, and they do. So it's like, yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, so that's the reading that I have for you guys today, pile number 7. So if you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe, because that will help me and my channel grow. And I do private readings as well, so if you like a private reading with me, you can always like click on the link in the description. Yeah, so thank you so much guys, and let me check. Okay, yeah, and I'll see you next time.